Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is Top 5 Wednesday, and this week's theme, or this Wednesday's theme, is 5 fictional jobs you would like to have, or ones that I guess you read about and you would like to take part in if you were actually in that world. Some of these jobs that I'm going to name I could never actually be in real life, or I couldn't handle, but they're ones that sound cool when I'm reading a book. And if you aren't familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, it is a Goodreads group, and I will link to that below in the description. The first fictional job that I think I would like to have, or really admire, is that of a priestess of Avalon, which comes from the Miss of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley, if I'm remembering that correctly. Would I actually ever want to be a priest of Avalon? And like, it just sounds really stringent and strict way of living. Probably not, but it sounds really cool just to be like this priestess and the voice of a goddess. That sounds just like an amazing and empowering and really important job to have. So that would be my first fictional job that I think I would like to get or have. The next 2 fictional jobs that I would like to have if I were in these worlds would be from the Harry Potter series, and the first that I really love and admire, and every time I'd read about it in the book I'd be like, oh, I want to go to that class, I want to be involved with this, but that would be the Care of Magical Creatures teacher, which is fulfilled by the role of Hagrid in the books. That job just sounds amazing. Like, any job that deals with animals, I'm probably all about. So just in these books, it would have to be Care of Magical Creatures. Who doesn't want to take care of dragons and hippogriffs and 3-headed dogs named Fluffy? The second fictional job that I would want here is probably something a little bit more feasible for me in the present, in real life, but that would be a magical stay-at-home mom and wife like Mrs. Weasley, because that just sounds like a great way to tackle those kind of duties, is just to flick my wand and have the spoon stir in the pot of beans over here and have the broom over here sweeping, and then upstairs, I don't know, I could have some dusting going on. I mean, she should have plenty of time on her hands. Like, she could just read a book or something while all that's going on and have like a great clean looking house. I don't even know exactly why there's house elves in these series. That's never quite explained, because I think house elves are supposed to be like servants, but why do you need a servant as a witch or a wizard when you have a wand and you can just accio a glass of water, or again have, you know, one room being vacuumed? I don't understand, and that just came to me when I was doing this video. So that's something we need to ask Miss J.K. Rowling, why there were house elves when you can just clean and get stuff for yourself with magic. Alright, and the fourth fictional job that I really admire and would like to have would be Medicine Woman, and that's from The Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean M. Auel. The main character, Ayla, is a medicine woman in here, and she just has like this wealth of knowledge about medicinal plants and edible plants and their uses, and like she re-breaks bones and sets them and like makes these poultices to go on people's internal wound areas. And I mean, to be honest, I would be throwing up all over the place and passing out. I could never actually have a medical job, and in this book, I mean, that is a medical job, is to be a medicine woman. But it sounds really cool when I read about this book, and I have so much admiration for Ayla that I want to be a medicine woman too. And the last fictional job is not actually, I guess, a fictional job in that it does exist. People do it and people still do it, but that would be just being a farmer or a self-sustained woman or family on a little farm in the mountains, like in Cold Mountain by Charles Frazier. Ruby and Ada's life together, I mean, just as 2 women, and they make their farm on Cold Mountain just thrive, all, you know, by the sweat of their own brows. Like, just 2 women just eking out a living in the mountains of North Carolina. And when I saw this movie, because I did see the movie first as a 14-year-old, I was totally inspired. I knew that I wanted to grow up and work with my hands. I wanted to be outside and dealing with animals in some way, but I didn't want to be a vet. And then when I saw this movie, like, and then later read the book, the picture became clearer and clearer in my mind of what I wanted to do. And now I sort of am doing that. Like, I do live in the mountains in North Carolina and have a homestead that is not completely self-sustaining. You know, we don't get everything we need from it, but I am always inspired about from Ada and Ruby in this book. So their life, their fictional life, although very hard, is one that I dream of having and I want for myself. Alright, and those were the top 5 fictional jobs that I would like to have. If you participate in Top 5 Wednesday, just tell me below and I'll make sure to go check out your video, because again, when I do participate in Top 5 Wednesday is because I think the subject for the week is really cool, and this one was just totally awesome. It was so fun to try to think back on the books that I've read and what kind of jobs I would want from those books. So I just hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again soon.